tell that they have a decent shot at of fighting a dragon and like it forcing it to leave, but they don't look like people who could like kill the dragon, but they can definitely force it away. It's fortified for defense, not offense.
They
How
look like
much
the people at the
how much
beginning
would our help be worth to you?
Yeah.
They tell you that they are paid by the city and they can't hire on additional help. If you'd like to keep going, you can, but it will probably go after you guys if they manage to force it away. It will just go after whatever's left, which would be you guys.
What's the point of fortifying this bridge if it's just going to go to the town anyway?
The point is, they tell you that it's from the mountain. That's where it stays.
Does it attack often?
It seems to be that it's in a migration period. As it heads this direction, it seems to stop there at the mountain peak. This fort, they tell you, is the main defense as they protect from the larger fort, which is Fort Helm, but that will take you a little bit longer to get over there. So you can get to that fort, which actually is pretty much what you're at is you're at the bridge. There's a small barricade which tries to prevent anything like pushing through or through the bridge. The main fort is here at Fort Helm.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's this bridge called?
Yeah, Bridge of Fallen Men.
Doesn't sound promising.
Well, Ray, you make the decision.
You're a woman.
Why am I making the decision?
Because you're the scariest.
I can't make my own decision while I'm still under this contract.
Get over the sending stones and say, hey, do you guys want to fight a dragon with these guys? Or maybe fight a dragon by ourselves later on?
Well, y'all didn't want to fight it earlier. Would it be smart for us to get a good night's rest here and then move on when we're full charge?
Yeah, we'll stay.
Are we going to fight for the Skyrim, the city guards, or are we going to fight it out in the middle of the field?
That's what I'm saying. We may or may not have to fight it later on. But we'll just stay here.
So, Ray, if it does come tonight, what is the plan? Are we going to help fight this dragon, or are we going to leave?
We'll stay and help people. What town hired you?
They tell you the town of Proskir, which isn't too far away.
Do I know anything about Proskir?
For the most part, they seem to be like your typical average town. Fort Helm is under under control of a different faction, but Proskir hires in these men during around this time because this dragon shows up every time around this year.
Well, if the plan is if the dragon comes to fight, then I am going to see if we're actually prepared. So I'm going to park, and then I'm going to get out and check their fortifications and their weapons. Like any kind of guns or ballistas that they have, I want to do some checks on them to make sure either they're basically up to code, or if I can improve them anyway within the, just a couple of hours or so before I try to get some rest.
Taking a look at them, even from a distance, you think they are sufficient for what you're trying to do here. They're really meant for to defensively fortify. They're the fort you're looking at is meant to be no one else is the dragon ain't gonna force its way in here. If you want to fight it, you would have to be outside the fort.
So what kind of weapons are they using?
You're looking at your basic ballista, but these are heavy duty, meant for piercing through the dragon armor.
So just ballista. How are they powered?
If you take a closer look, you can roll me a mechanics check.
Well, I was more wondering, just visually, are these old-time ballistas, or are these cannons?
What you're actually looking at is, though at first glance it seems to be your basic normal ballista, the rear end seems to have this sort of weird blue crystal at the end, which you imagine it's somehow using magic to propel it forward.
I'll be right back, guys.
Still indicate that'd be like like nothing too different from a normal ballista, but there's something else there.
Are there any soldiers or anything nearby?
There would be a few stationed next to it in case the dragon decides to attack early.
I'm gonna ask one of them. So why is it that you guys haven't tried to kill this thing? Get enough
Yeah, I was gonna sit down and
areas
be
of
like,
men
so tell
and
me about this
fight it in the
dragon.
field. Why are you only trying to repel it and have it come back every year?
The men turn to look at you and say, well, have you ever fought a dragon? They're not exactly the easiest thing in the world to kill. We've done our best, and we try so every year. We keep losing men here or there, but this is the best we've managed to do. The fort is not exactly the best equipped or we're not exactly the best equipped or well-armed unit. We've reached out to other factions before, but most of them are unwilling to expend resources just to help us. We don't ever.
Why is that?
The town itself is never destroyed. We lose some cattle, we lose some livestock. Unfortunately, last year we lost a few people though.
So why does
What type of?
keep coming
Hold
back?
on, I'm the only one up here right now.
No, you're more. I was
Unless
talking
you
to the
you
people.
followed me.
Yeah, I was talking to the people about the dragon.
I'm on the wall.
Oh, never mind then. I'm talking to the people at the bridge.
Okay. So how do you power these weapons here?
He's like he'll walk you up to it, and he points out the various crystals and whatnot. Other than the fact that it's literally just a ballista with a crystal at the end of it, he's pretty much trying to inform you that the crystals are actually what propels it forward. Everything else is just there to help you aim it. It seems like it's meant for
these are more magically oriented.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, not really my specialty, but I'm just wondering, why these other towns or factions don't want to help you?
The dragon is a continual nuisance. It hasn't killed anything in large mass. We lose livestock, but the last time it attacked, we only lost a few dozen cattle and I think 3 or 4 men.
You know dragons are intelligent creatures, right? Have you tried making a deal with it?
We tried in the past to speak with it, but it seems like there's a dog in the background.
That's slowly dying.
My door is closed and there's nothing I can do about that.
Alright, he says that last time we tried to speak with it, it didn't seem as intelligent as you would expect a dragon to be, considering its age and how massive it is.
Do you believe it to be an ancient dragon?
He informs you that his wizards and various other rangers tell you that I'm double checking that it is an adult black dragon.
All right. Thank you guys. If anything does happen, I'm gonna head back down to the group and I'm gonna say, so it's an adult black dragon. They seem to have some magically augmented weapons. Apparently nothing to take the beast down. But I don't know about these guys' chances in an actual fight. To me, it would seem that if the dragon really tried, it could take this place down.
You guys would know that an adult dragon really wouldn't have any trouble whipping through a town. It seems to want the food, doesn't seem to care about the people. It just happens to be that the people are near the food.
What would I roll to see what I know about black dragons?
You can roll a nature check, but you would need to be something fairly high to really get what you're going for.
It's nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what you think you know about dragons.
I'm just rolling to see if I get a 12.
Yo!
Right? You also know what you think you know about black dragons.
Someone else roll and get a 13, please.
I'm double checking for the image I had in mind for this fort, but I guess it's not as important. For the most part, it's a what you're looking at the barricade, it's not super great. The actual fort further in would be like the best fortified location, but where you are now, it's like you think it will last, but clearly you don't see signs of an actual dragon attack.
Hey, can I roll what I know about ballistas? If like I know how to use them.
I'll let you roll mechanics for that.
You're a fighter, right?
I was a mercenary before.
No, I'm saying you're a fighter, right?
Yeah.
You have proficiency in all weapons and armor.
There you go. Then.
So
That includes siege weapons.
It would sound like
It's a
you're
weapon.
proficient. It is a weapon.
yeah, fighters all everything.
All right,
Alright.
guys. I'll take a quick pause here as we move further away from the bulk of the party. As Gene is sort of like thinking to himself aloud as he says, "Sam, can we live through a dragon attack?" And the armor rebuttals aloud, even though you are not nearby to hear it, in a somewhat more sarcastic tone, that you'll live if you run away. I can't say you'll live if you get eaten. And then, well, can you tell me anything about these soul harvesters? And Sam replies back, they're new to me, so I can't really tell you what they are. But they seem to work in the same sense as you would. He tells you of armor that would be made specifically for him.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Gene? Because you're like, this is a good chance for you like to really chat with your armor here.
Have they come back yet?
Yeah, we're all with
The
you.
rest of the party. The idea here is that you
Well,
took
we heard
you
this
took a step
conversation.
aside, so they're still over there talking about dragons and ballistas. You're just over here like
Well, let's see. Am I
chatting.
close enough to hear about the black dragon?
You probably do.
Then I guess I'd ask: should an adult black dragon sound stupid?
He tells you that no, would be very odd for any dragon that old to be anything less than beyond human intelligence.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for us being in this area?
The fact that it's mad might be better. It means that if you run away, it may not chase after you. An adult dragon, if it wanted to kill you, would just hunt you down with fire and magic. Also,
Yeah.
Ray, I'm gonna say you pull out. They give you a telescope and you take a closer look, and this is what you see.
I hope for the derpiest of dragons. Nope.
It's sort of just like perched up there.
It kind of looks a little derpy, actually. Like its little eyes and a tiny mouth.
Looks like if Malphite got turned into a dragon.
I mean, we are going towards another dragon, so maybe a dragon will be like, I don't want to fuck with another dragon, I'll steer clear of that direction.
My idea
Well,
is...
if it's really,
Yeah.
if it's really not as intelligent as it should be, maybe it wouldn't have the skills to track us down. Maybe we should just try our luck and go on ahead.
How fast is our vehicle?
It wouldn't outdo the fly speed of a dragon, but it could keep pace at best.
So it has 80 movement?
Through rough terrain, it'd be 80. Well, technically, no. You'd be fine because you don't need to worry about that. You can just keep going.
Okay. So
Also,
I'm
this
gonna say
is
to
what
Ray,
the fort, for the most part, looks like. It's right on the other side of the bridge. And then, of course, the fort helm, which is further away, you expect is much more, let's say, ravagant and really nice.
I'm gonna say to Ray, Ray, just so you know, that if the dragon does attack and we decide that we don't want to stay and fight, I'm confident that I'd be able to outdrive the dragon.
Sounds like a better plan to me. I'd rather not fight a dragon tonight.
All right.
So are we making camp, or are we going?
I mean, did you tell us all of this stuff?
I said everything out loud to myself with different voices, so
You were away
depending
from
how
us,
close
though.
you are, you heard everything.
it's feasible that maybe you heard
I
him.
was
in
close
the
enough to
distance.
hear you talking about dragons, so I imagine I may have been close enough for some of you to hear me, right?
We'll leave it to a perception check then. If anyone rolls higher than a 12, you probably heard him,
I just
even if
rolled
you
a
weren't
13.
paying attention to him.
I just rolled a 13.
My passive is 16.
That works too.
Cole
heard
heard every word.
And then because I did, I say we listen to Sam and get out of here. Then.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
All right.
Do we go now or wait till the dragon attacks? Or
We go now before the attacks.
yeah, I think that's the best plan.
This is going to be the middle of the night, so it may be a bit hard going.
Well, it's just for us to get out of there.
I say we rest until it starts. If we see it start to attack, he thinks he can outrun it. It's smarter to outrun it than to fight it. That's pretty much all the information I got.
All right, then we'll do that.
If
Sounds
it's
about right.
really stupid, like the guy said, then it won't be able to track us, which means as long as we can outrun it, we will be able to escape it.
I will also cast Pass Without a Trace on us when we do leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
someone needs to do
it will not
either
be
one
able
of us.
to track us unless it has some magical means to do so.
And since it's not supposed to be intelligent, it wouldn't know magical means to track us.
Yeah, we're fine.
I'm just sitting here like I spent the bulk of this conversation preparing a good barricade map, and now we're not even sticking around for it.
Sorry.
No problem, man.
Well,
you
hey, I
guys
asked
do you.
questions
There's
as if
multiple
we were
ways to
saying
solve
that.
a situation, and it just turns out that we have the perfect way to solve this situation.
Run away.
All right, you guys pack. For the most part, as the battle begins, you've already informed. Let's go with you informed the captain that you're not going to stick
My
around.
actors are telling me to kill a dragon right now, so
Nah,
I have no stake in the fight.
And they're not going to pay us, so I don't give a shit.
you're right. These people who are here are being paid. They
Yeah,
don't have the authority to give you guys extra payment for that.
nobody signed
Yeah.
anything for me to have to fight this unless Ray stayed. So
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
Ray
the only
stays,
reason I said
my
we
act
stay is
tells me
because
to attack the
Gene said
dragon.
to stay, and then Gene's
My
now like,
shield-
nah, never mind. I'm like, okay, let's go.
My shield commands me to defend somebody. I have no reasoning to fight a dragon at the moment.
All right.
I'm not feeling bloodthirsty.
I would like to point out one thing before you leave. As you guys head out from the back, as the dragon begins to fly its way towards you, you may take note of the banner which some of the men are carrying. It
Alright.
seems to be that of two silver swords. You know, like I don't really have an image prepared, but they're side by side, very straight, very nice, looking swords. But that seems to be the symbol for them.
Can I roll to see if I know them?
You can go ahead.
What
That's
do I
history.
roll?
That's history.
He's kind of the voice of the party. I'm amazed he wasn't trying to convince us to help these people.
You don't know too much about them. You heard of them in the past. They're referred to as the Silver Hands, even though their symbol is two swords. These Silver Hands are let's say, they favor defense over offense. That's not
Pussies.
too far off. They generally they occupy a certain location. Typically, they're there as honor guard or the highway guard and stuff like that. They're generally nice people, but they have a tendency of being the ones who get kicked around because they favor defense so much more than offense. So as a sufficiently powerful group who wants to take something from the Silver Hands aren't gonna get too much resistance from them. They're all about defending the city. They will legit just hand over the weapons if they think they'll leave if that's all they want.
Huh.
So they're a bunch of pushovers.
Pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let the
They're
group
essentially
know I know.
cleric mercenary people. Let's go with that.
They're probably all going to die.
They
The
haven't
dragon
died
is
much in
coming?
the past few years.
Yeah, but he said they give away their weapons if somebody came. So who knows what they've lost since the last dragon attack. Doesn't seem like very good practice.
They probably aren't the best people. If you were to go to their fort, it would be impossible for you to get in because they smart enough to know that if this is the way they want to do things, then their fort is decked out to the brim. There's like, if you wanted to break into that fort, you probably never get in, or if you did, you probably never get out.
Anyway, so the dragon's on its way.
It is, and you're driving away now.
Yeah, we are going.
All right, we're gonna skim past this a little bit here. You guys had your rest. You guys can keep moving, and the dragon was really all I had planned for this bit here, and we can keep going. As you drive,
where's our dragon?
He arrived at Easting in the middle of the night.
Okay.
You guys will drive through Proscure. You find that the city's for most part is kind of abandoned. Like every year a dragon shows up around this time, no one's sticking around.
Huh.
We can drive all the way to the way station.
Yeah. And as we skim a little further, you guys get here. As the mist begins to roll in, and everyone rolls me wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, this one is Ferris. And Jade has what's it called? Advantage. So this is him. So he has a 23, I had an 18.
Okay.
Oh, it was the entire day, Jack.
Oh, right. Well, okay. Pretty much what you begin to realize is that J8 now has the alert feat while holding onto the card.
Holy shit. Okay.
Nice.
Essentially, the spirits taking a lookout position for the dog.
That's great.
It's
Nice.
kind of creepy because you don't sense it. The spirit does, so like he's whispering in your ear, but like once you get over the creep factor, you're like, oh wait, like it's just
great.
It's just watching out.
Holy shit. If I would have kept onto that card, would it have stacked with my own alert feat?
Realistically, feats don't stack.
Okay, good, because I already have that feat. But if it did stack, I'd have a plus 15 to initiative with advantage.
Which would be great.
I'd have to roll 2 1s to get a 16.
Alright. So, Jean, you fall unconscious. The rest of the party continues driving, unaware of what's going on. Jean, in your mind, you ride through the mist with your sword in tow on the back of your horse, which we're gonna say looks a lot like a motorcycle for some reason. In your mind, this image shows up as you ride up to the dragon.
Cool dream.
Do I ride up or am I riding up?
Well, you're probably on a motorcycle, so you can do what you want, man. As far as you're aware,
I'd
you
say
arrive.
my guy's riding towards it because I was already asleep, so I think this is a dream.
This is very much a dream. And as it looks at you, since you already failed your wisdom saving throw, it asks you your name, and you are compelled to answer. But instead of saying your real name, you say that your name is Samuel
Jackson.
We'll go with that. Your name is Samuel Jackson.
Alrighty, we finally know Sam's full name.
Okay. The dragon looks down at you and it says, let's see. Looks at you in a hushed tone, as if it was light under its breath. Did you bring what I asked for? Time is short, and we may not yet meet again if you have not yet obtained it. And you say back that you do not have the item. And unfortunately, even though with your best attempt you were not able to vanquish those who stole it from you, and I fear the worst and ask, what can I do to prevent what's to come? And the dragon seems somewhat upset. as it turns back, and realistically, nothing else happens. The dream seems to fade out into a distance, and you wake up in the middle of the night in somewhat of a cold sweat, which is weird because it's not your sweat; it's the suit's.
That was weird. I asked Sam, and his name is Samuel L. Jackson.
He seems to be there and present, but is ignoring your statement.
There's a lot of
Kind of
back.
broke up there.
That's it. He doesn't reply, but you can tell he heard you. And you can tell he's still there, unlike before, where it was just like,
My
yeah,
guy
really
just
quiet.
kind of shrugs and goes, maybe I shouldn't eat before I go to sleep. Walks on like nothing happened.
Alright. You guys continue along the road, and you arrive at Easting. And as far as you're aware, the dragon is there as well. You just have no idea where he is.
If only he was my favorite.
Wait, we
enemy.
didn't stop at the way station to refuel?
We're
Would
good
you
on
like
fuel.
to? Or you can if you want, but you don't
Remember,
need
I
to.
refill our thing.
We're good on fuel, and then there's another way station like not far from Easting in case we need to stop anywhere else.
Alright.
Alright, we have arrived. Now, where the fuck do we start?
Alright, one sec. I expected you guys to stop and do bout with the dragon, so I'm getting
No, fuck your dragon.
a
We
map
want
for
this
Easting.
dragon.
We beat it. We beat the dragon.
By running away. We did
was-
what 7th level adventures
I
are supposed to do in
would've
a
loved to,
case
but
with
there
a
was no
dragon.
reason
We
to
ran
want to.
away.
Well, it wasn't an adult dragon. You guys probably would have been fine. The
yeah,
fact that
young
it's
is CR7, so
but an adult dragon, it's like if you fought that thing, it probably would just eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it could one-shot all of us.
It
Easily.
it could one shot the entire party and the bulk of the town with a breath attack.
Yeah.
Well, it probably wasn't that powerful on the fact that they thought they could.
And that's why we ran
It just
away.
wasn't aggressive. That's fine.
Yeah. Could have maybe talked to it, but you know, it
Well,
seemed angry at the town.
why-
So
You didn't have to.
It
Yeah.
didn't seem that angry because it only took their chickens.
also, not our town, not our problem.
There was no
I'm kidding,
contract in
I'm
hand that said
kidding,
kill
I'm
this
kidding.
dragon, so
She wanted to help the people, but said no one's really like. They just wanted the cattle, and it seemed so. You know, they'll be fine.
Okay, I'm switching you guys over to a quick city map.
I thought Ray was going to tame Toothless.
I considered that option, but apparently not.
What?
you could have had a dragon.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to tame Toothless.
Yeah. Oh
It's a
man.
night fury!
Man, if that dragon was like an undead dragon.
If it was an
would be
undead
lit.
dragon,
Like a
it'd
dragon
probably have
lich.
it'd probably have to
Yeah.
answer your questions and listen to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dragon, what's up? What's your
For-
name, bitch?
For the time
It's
being,
a-
we'll
it's a
use
bit
this
consolidated.
as Easting. As you can see, there's a temple to Savanis.
Oh, what?
There are some tar pits. There's a temple to Coria. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Some dude. There's-
Coralon.
We'll go with that. It's temple to
There's
Coraline.
no temples to a giant lion, a giant green lion, and I'm probably interested.
Well, what do you guys say we stop at like an inn or something and ask if any people have traveled here within the past day,
That sounds.
or actually
good.
last night, in the
Sounds
middle
good.
of the night?
Agreed.
Yeah, let's do that.
Technically, it's the same night.
Is there anyone else who's arrived tonight?
You arrive at the Green Man Inn, and they inform you that many people have shown up within the last few hours.
By himself.
None that I'm aware of.
What about someone calling themselves, Daffodil?
The man starts laughing. He says,
I know it's a stupid
"No,
name.
I don't think
I ask if they're
I don't think I've seen
staying
anyone
here.
calling himself Daffodil."
Quick
Hey.
question: would detect magic work on dredgens?
It would detect that they are using polymorph.
Oh. Yeah. Okay,
Mind you,
but it's only
it-
30
yeah.
feet.
So not
Oh,
the
I
best.
have an idea.
Primeval awareness?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna primeval awareness, and for all of the humanoids and everything, humanoids and fiends, and I'm gonna pick out the people that I see that do not pop up on my sensory.
Well, probably a few of them are like indoors, so that may not work as well. Go ahead.
Well,
and
I
give me a
just mean like
perception check.
within the inn, if there are still people, we
Yeah,
may
how
be
big
able
is the
to talk
inn?
to some of them.
The inn is not drastically large. This is a very small city where you're in here. We are. Let's see. We are at the Green Man, which is number 8. Where is 8? 8's over there. So you're not even in the city. You're on the outskirts. So Nick, looking around the
Yeah.
bar,
Probably good.
roll a perception
Yeah.
check.
Okay. They should just pop up for me. But 20.
You look around and you can see plenty of people here, but none of them don't show up on your humanoid sensing ability. A few fiends show up, but they are of significantly lower CR than you. Let's go with that.
Well, I don't think he's here. I don't really see anybody around. Hey there, my good man and keep friend. What's a good
He-
place to
Yeah.
get some information around here?
Well, let's see. You could definitely ask around. There's plenty of people here. Is there any particular information you're looking for?
About the coming tides of chaos, something like that.
He giggles a little bit. Well, they're always talking about chaos and whatnot over at the Temple of Sylvanas. I'm sure they have plenty of the little, like stories or whatnot to tell you. But yeah,
Yeah, who leads this town here?
in town. Well, at the moment, the mayor has stepped away. Unfortunately,
Uh,
he was feeling unwell. I believe he's currently stepped down from being the current mayor. Maybe would you check his office? See,
Where would that be?
he tells you the Master's Hall for now.
Okay.
Which over here. Technically, you're climbing up a tree, but good luck with that.
I'm gonna shrug to Ray and say, I guess any place to start is a good place to start.
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you
Yep.
want to go to talk to crazy people apparently, or do you want to just head straight to the meat and the bones of this place?
Let's start with the crazies. Still with the
Like yourself.
crazies first.
I get in too much trouble by myself.
Alright. So we'll go with this.
And again, I get in a lot of trouble with you guys.
Who is gonna go with them to the Temple of Sylvanas?
I'll go.
I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that is Gene.
Liberty Pride, you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay,
So
Gene,
full party.
Liberty,
Might as well.
Ray, and Cole are all heading. What about Nick? You're the only one man. You go or you don't go?
Of course I go. I have to
Okay.
protect Ray as well as this was my idea.
So everyone goes. So me trying to like figure out who wants to go where was pointless. You all
Yeah, that's why I said full party goes.
Everybody, man.
What do I know about Sylvanas?
you know
Nice.
of Sylvanas as if it was from World of Warcraft.
She's some undead bitch.
She's still
Oh,
in there.
fun!
We're going to see an undead god. Or we're going to a temple of an undead god. Maybe she can help you. Or they might just trade.
Could
you
use
over
any help given at this point.
Did you find anything in those books?
They
that you
don't
got?
like demons.
Yeah, did I
though.
find anything in those books? Because I've been reading them.
You know we haven't been doing that. Go ahead and roll me another investigation check for that.
Investigation?
Remember, I'm giving her advantage because I can read all.
You have
Yeah.
you have advantage.
Woo!
You spent a lot of time studying it, and unfortunately,
I had to
with all
teach
the
her where the
effort.
index was again.
Well, that was the first day. This is the next day.
All right.
Yeah!
Okay.
There's the index. That's how you use it.
The best way to go about this, because you already critically succeeded, is ask me 3 questions and I'll answer it as best I can.
Shit, what should the questions be?
That's one.
No. Fuck you. Did I get a name? From... Oh, what's his name? Oh, what's his butt?
It'd be nice if you use proper pronouns so I have some idea who you're talking about.
Most people
Lich.
that we've
That's
spoken to
the
have
name of the
butts.
lich.
Did I get a name of the Lich?
I don't think you have. Do you want a name for the Lich?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I actually did
That's
prepare
one
a
of the
name.
questions.
And I'll actually look it up again.
Philip.
His
Philip
name is-
Lich.
Of course, I know Philip.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole. And he tries to marry every woman he sees.
No.
And when he doesn't get his way, he casts plagues and rain of blood. And then he gets really insecure when people call him gay. I'm pretty sure he's gay.
Okay, I know I wrote it down, but I don't.
Maybe putting on that ring of gender change won't help you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Help
like
you-
I legit actually
help you
had
make him get
a
out of the
Lich
closet.
prepared, but I don't.
Okay, what?
I can't find him. I'm looking. I have to look him up again.
Okay. Well, the second question I was going to ask is, what would the next plague be?
You were informed as you read through the various pages that the plagues are listed as
Oh,
such.
it was a list of the plague. Okay.
It's gonna rain frogs.
Frogs?
Yes, frogs.
Is this in order?
Yes, next one coming is frogs.
The next one's frogs.
The
Okay.
one after that is locusts, as well as famine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she is from Egypt.
And then disease. I'm sure you get where I'm going here.
Yep.
Then fire from the sky, followed by locusts again. Mostly because so the first
Couldn't think of anything else.
the third one was supposed to be fleas and other really annoying mosquitoes and stuff like that. And then the 6 is locusts, and then the last one is darkness.
Oh, so you're not killing their firstborns?
There's no killing the firstborns here.
That's
Oh.
nice. And the third question kind of depends on the name of the lich.
All right, one sec.
Just
What
like,
is
what's
his
his
middle
deal?
name?
It's just like, what's his deal?
Mine's old gal.
How to remove cursed ring.
Yeah, that was.
How to tell a boy you do not like him and stop his advances.
How to delay said plagues that are happening.
How to deliver. He's just not that into you. To a lich.
I am going to look for that VHS in this time.
I just
I got
remembered
his
his name. I'm
himself,
looking it up.
so he looks like an elf.
Lich, you're not you when you're hungry.
Damn it.
How to deliver Snickers to a
Wait,
lich.
wait. Lich, you're not you when you're thirsty.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
I think I found
Why,
it. One sec.
why would a lich want to get
should-
married?
He tells
What's
the
you
next-
that he
Oh,
is
what?
known as the Shadow King, but his name is Larlock.
Oh, it's Iron's own gold.
The
Yes.
Shadow King.
Pretentious.
Also known as what?
Larlock.
Larlock? Like Warlock
L-
with an L?
Yeah.
Larloch.
H. Oh, I'm changing it up.
Ooh.
All
All
right.
Find.
And I just kind of want a brief background on Larlock.
Well, you have his name. What's the third question?
Like, what's his deal? Do I get like?
His deal is that he is considered one of the longest living liches who have ever existed. He's likely to have, living in the sense of being undead.
Yeah.
He's known to be a person who makes extremely powerful magical items, and it's very possible that some of the items you guys carry were made by him at one point in his centuries of existence. A lot of the items within the centuries in which he's lived, he's probably made quite a few that are in your hands, and you just don't know it. He's possible that he is the person who first developed the process of making ion stones.
Ion stone?
There's like the little
they
floaty
give you
stones.
permanent boost stats.
Yeah.
Got a question real quick, Jack. Didn't you say in the beginning of this that his name was Einzone Golem?
We were making up a lot of stuff, but this
was a joke.
This was the guy. This was
I
the guy.
finally got to check. You never know with Jack, okay?
Fair enough.
You never know. With
Or maybe
Jack.
that's just what he looks like.
But yeah, this
is there a picture
is
in
the
the
person.
book? Is there an illustration?
You might be able to find a picture of him in the book. I'm just going to give you the one that's in the wiki because I had to look him up in the wiki to find the remember speaking name. But this is
It's a smiley face.
This is the lich I had in mind from the beginning, but I may have joked around once in a while in the past. There's him. And there's him with all the ion stones, which just makes him like freaking overpowered.
He's not attractive. I don't want to hit that.
Ferris kicks the ground and like, yeah, looks are important.
No.
I whisper, Ray, I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud in character, guys. I was kidding.
You're standing next to a person whose face is maybe not even there.
Well, it's still there. It's just most of it's scar tissue.
Like Deadpool.
So you're dead. I was gonna say you're Deadpool.
But it's not Deadpool. It's actual cuts and stuff like that. Like
Alright.
Things have been ripped off and sewn together and cut.
Did I gather any more information about him?
I will give you one more thing before we leave it to you figuring out on your own.
Okay.
He is noted to be, or have been in the past, the master of the Warlock's Crypt, which is a location which you can find on a map. Not this map, unfortunately, not the town map or the world map we're using at the moment. But if you were to head further west and then along the north side of the coast, you would eventually find the Warlock's Crypt, where you may, in fact, find more information about him. Or die in the process, one or the other.
You know.
Death is always an option.
Alrighty then.
I think the temple's just over this way.
Yeah, we're arriving at the temple now.
Before my guy gets to the temple, he's going to make himself look like an elephant.
An elephant?
Sylvanas hates demons. Sylvanas hates demons. I'm not walking in there looking like Hellboy.
I douse my flames so they're not so scary.
I'm gonna remove my mask so I am more scared.
I'm just gonna stand back and just not say anything.
You just randomly hear me muttering to myself.
I'm gonna put on my mask again because I'm self-conscious.
Roll for confidence.
Before he puts his mask away, I add a few scars to my elvish face for good measure. I'll use that.
Wow, those are some weird scars. I've never seen them like that. I'm gonna save that for later. How do you even get that kind? What was that made with?
Pretty much. That's probably what's going through his head. How did that even happen?
It's one of the tests.
So we're at the temple now?
1 or 20?
Let's see. You are at Sylvanas' temple, which is number 1, which is on the opposite side from where you came from. You make your way across the river and through the town. As you do so, you find that there are quite a few people here. Several caravans and other, like, various people who probably came here from I was going to say Turlock, but that's not correct. The town that you passed through earlier. As you make your way past, you find that there is a decent amount of people until you get closer to the Temple of Sylvanas, as there's no one here, except for the temple, which stands alone with one building just behind it.
Huh.
This isn't unsettling at all.
I'm gonna do primeval awareness.
I'm going to check good evil.
You hear
Or
from Jean in a rather sarcastic tone that everything is a danger if you upset people.
Oh, fair enough.
Huh.
And because we haven't done it in a while, Ray unintentionally says aloud a number that I need to double check.
Damn it, Jack, I was hoping you'd forget.
14. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That's,
Damn it today! Run! Like where? Just run! I don't just scatter.
Scatter!
Game over, man.
we win, we lose. Get over it,
Ray,
get
you
over
say aloud 4,151.
Oh, okay. Seconds.
Oh, by the way, on that list of plagues, did it tell you how often they happen?
No,
Just
it did
saying.
not. Not even
Okay.
one. You can make an educated guess, but
We
you have no idea.
189.625 days.
Well, at least the next one's frog leg. Frogs. I mean, frog leg.
Yeah, but then after that comes, locust and famine, so kind of a
Hey,
big
don't-
jump.
Don't
so
knock
we
it till you
stock
try
up
it.
on frog legs before the locust and famine.
Hey guys.
Unless there's
I
a
have-
magic frogs you're not supposed to
Fine.
eat.
All right.
Good berries will last us forever.
Good old good berries.
Unless it's a magical famine. Because then it's magic against magic.
Because it's magic.
As,
Well,
These
then it
days,
would
you
just
need to
run
learn
out.
how to summon sensu beans.
as you guys begin to slowly make your way towards the Temple of Sylvanas,
Yes.
a rather disturbing figure seems to appear from the shadows, standing adjacent to the doorway.
To
She
that
looks-
fucking half elf.
It
My-
is
my design
a
sense.
half-elf in black leather armor. Black
God
cloak.
damn it.
Hey, that's the guy we stole the stuff from. I point directly at him and say that out loud.
Hi.
I look to
Except
Ray
for-
I look to Ray whether I should whack him with my halberd.
Let's not whack anybody. So, how are you traveling? Because you're really quick.
As you get
My guy
closer,
just scratches his head and looks at everybody.
you see that we're gonna go with his gender is ambiguous, but you're gonna assume feminine male or masculine female. So you guys really have no idea. So you walk up closer, and he/she opens the door for you, and inside are several individuals dressed in the same outfit.
3 individuals dressed in the same outfit?
Several individuals.
Do they all
Multiple.
look the same?
For the
I
most
should
part,
understand what you're saying.
yes.
I go extra communists because they have no individuality.
How many others?
Looks to be 7 in total.
I'm going to say, ironically, my guy's elvish expression looks like that. But elvish features just for some reason look like that.
How big
me-
is this temple?
It's fairly large, actually.
Me and Jay are
All
gonna take
half-elf look the same.
position on opposite sides of Ray.
I'm going to get my spear ready for emergency
Are we going
TP if
inside?
necessary.
And do I sense anything from my divine sense?
Let's see.
Besides the fact that they all have fey blood since they're elves.
You have to remind me exactly what comes with
It's up
the.
there.
You have to
I
like.
can
Okay, you already hit it. Okay.
sense-
He can sense fiends, celestials, undead.
You sense undead because Ray's undead. They all seem to have somewhat fey because they're elven. And you sense something underneath that would radiate its strong sense of undead.
And they're all just wearing black armor?
Black leather armor and black cloaks.
This place smells like more death than you do.
Do they look familiar?
Roll history check.
I don't know, do you?
They all look exactly the same, Ray.
Oh.
Like, they all have the same face and
They
everything?
all have the same face with the same sort of blank expression.
But do they do, like, are they wearing any kind of symbols or anything?
My guy is going to say we're here for the Dark Lady's blessing.
And information, Ferris adds.
They say, please
Remember,
come
I
this
look like
way.
a half right now.
I'm just gonna pull my scarf up over my face a little bit, just above my mouth.
I'm going to grip my spear tighter.
I walk in.
Ray,
You're gonna jerk off.
They
at the
walk in
temple?
first.
Ray.
No.
Ray, one of them says to you that you need not fear, and that they asked you and everyone in your party to come this way. And as you do, you see someone else wearing a similar red scarf.
I relax and I walk in.
Still on opposite sides of Ray, keep the pace.
Still holding my spear, but a little bit less paranoid.
You're never less
Paranoid.
Paranoia is your greatest skill. You get that sucker max.
He has expertise.
He has advantage expertise for double proficiency.
As you walk into the back room and are greeted by...
I was the first one to walk in.
As you guys walk into the back room and are greeted by a somewhat different looking... I'm gonna go with female elf, because there's some boobies going on here. But it's still hard to tell in the form, but they all look almost exactly the same, other than this one just has a little bit of like a bust to her. She says to you,
Good thing you're not Goku.
"Greetings, my children. What what fate has brought you here, and what can we do for you?"
Stop looking
I
at Sam.
mean, if you're capable, there's so many things we need. We came here looking for a being named... Should I say anything?
Daffodil.
Named Daffodil.
Ah, I see. And do you know exactly what it is you seek?
Yes.
Dragon?
Well, yep, there it is. Didn't really want to say it out loud, but there it is. Yep.
My guy goes into the background.
We're in the back room.
We're in
She's
there.
talking.
This is the back room. You're all there, I would imagine. You say you're looking for Daffodil the dragon. It's fairly interesting. What makes you think that he would be here? I imagine he would avoid the town. You know what?
We have it on good information that he is here.
I see.
Also, hi, what's your name?
She looks at you and says that... What is her freaking name? They're almost have the same name, and I wrote it down. 1 sec.
Gender neutral, obviously.
She's like,
Yes, it's
by
supposed to
the
be gender
way,
neutral.
hi, what's your name?
Hey, how's it going? Well, that's pretty. Where'd you get that scarf? Oh my god.
Twinsies.
You know what?
One of us is gonna have to go home and change.
I'm gonna ignore the name because I always do names last, so I may not even wrote it down. But yeah, she gives you some generic random name for the time being. And later on you will realize that all of them have the same exact name, or at least tell you that that's their name.
Great name.
We are Legion.
Oh,
Fine.
are there? Is the
Nick
name
will
Spartacus?
take that. They
Please
tell you
make
their,
it be
they tell you
Spartacus.
her name is Legion, and then anyone else will say their own name is Legion.
God damn.
It's pretty awesome.
I just want to be the Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. Okay.
All right, Legion. awesome name, but the fuck?
Okay. We're kind of trying to stop these kind of plague things going on. There's like a lich involved. It's a long story. I kind of got this on my hand. I'm not sure where the ring, or the ring.
Girl, where'd you get that? Oh.
She asks.
Kind of don't want it, but I don't know how to get rid of it.
Ray, she stops you after you show her the ring. She says, "May I see that?" She holds out her hand.
I just hold my hand out because I'm like, it's not really coming off. Unless I chop my finger off, and then who knows if it'll come back.
It comes off.
What?
She takes the ring off your finger.
Do I get paid now?
She says, "This is a very interesting ring. I asked you, where exactly do you come across this? I haven't seen anything of its like in quite some time."
It was in the box in the side of the road that we found randomly.
Ah, I see. So it's fate that
Can I
is
do
fate
an
that you came
insight
across
check?
this. Go
Can
ahead.
I do an insight check on this bitch, this person?
You totally can. Go ahead.
Are you kidding me? I get a +5. This is the same thing that happened with Mother Gothel.
Everything she is saying without the slightest doubt.
I think this bitch is Mother Gothel.
She
Can
says. Sorry, let me finish, and then we'll get right back to you. Okay.
Okay.
She says that this is a very interesting ring, but if it's true that you found it in such a manner, then perhaps it is destiny, fate that you have it. And she lets go of the ring, and it flies back onto your hand.
Oh, it was
Am
nice.
I able to try to intercept?
I will let you try.
Okay.
And then we'll do what Cole was trying to do.
A dexterity or what?
Let's go. I'm gonna go with a sleight of hand. How's that sound?
Sure. Boo.
No.
We're all good rolls today, guys.
Well, it was nice to be. It was nice to be single for like a second.
I'm going to do insight after seeing what she did.
To do what?
Because, like, just to make sure this. Do I see that something's not right here? Because I'm already kind of paranoid. I'm just double checking.
Well, I mean, the ring came off. She has the ability to take the ring off of me.
Are you trying to check for something, or are you just like, do you think this feels off?
Yeah.
So if you want to make a check, go right ahead.
You think this feels off?
There's no denying the atmosphere makes the room somewhat creepy, and the fact that she has the power to like just take off a ring that you were told would be nearly impossible to remove, and clearly identify her as a very powerful being. But at the time, in this moment, you don't feel that she is showing any signs of particular malice, or that she is in any way trying to hinder the party. She just did what she did, and more or less undid it afterwards.
I think they're great. I trust them with everything.
Ferris is gonna say to her, "What are you?"
You don't just ask somebody that.
I sniff because my divine sense is still going on. See if I smell anything different in the air.
You ask her, Nick, what are you or who are you?
What?
She says that's a very interesting question. One at the moment I am not at liberty to answer. Now, in finding, you said Daffodil?
Yeah, Daffodil.
If you knew for sure of what kind of dragon, we of course will aid you in finding him. If he is truly in town, it would not be beyond our means to find him. Do you have any information?
Don't you already know what type of dragon it is if you know that Daffodil was not supposed to be in this town? How do you have this information but not know what kind of dragon he is?
My guy mutters over, you might want to be more respectful.
She says that Daffodil, for the longest time, has remained in a mortal guise. I would not expect him to be here. And for the most part, he has avoided our city and the area